Hi, my name's Shawn, and down there right below me, that's my friend Chris Ford, aka The Objective Geek, with me as always. And then down below him, not with us as always, but only with us on the most specialist, the most exciting of occasions, is our friend Jaimee. And she's here today because we need her expert opinion and to add diversity to our podcast, and mostly to break ties when Chris is wrong. And I say that knowing fully well that that's probably not how it'll work, and it'll usually be me on the other end, but that's fine. That's fine. And the reason that today's a special occasion is that Chris had this tremendous idea. We talked so much about Avatar, the world of Avatar, how beautifully animated, meticulously designed it is. We're going to take the prominent characters from the Avatar, the Last Airbender universe, and we're going to pin them together in a bracket, one representation of each one of these characters, and we're going to determine which character design is the best in all of Avatar. And it's going to be amazing, but we're not going to do it yet because first I'm going to stop being rude and ask Chris and Jaimee how they're doing, and I'll shut up for a second.
First, little correction. It's just Avatar: Last Airbender, no Legend Core designs. We'll save that for a later day. But I am doing fine, doing great actually. I finally got my mosaic glass piece framed and also hung up, so I am very happy about that. And also, I'm glad that Hobby Lobby did not ruin it because apparently it would have only paid me $250 if they messed it up. And it's worth, like, someone offered me $5,000 for it, I would say no.
Wow.
Awesome.
All right, yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty broke, so I'm not going to comment on it, but I know that it looks amazing. What wall is it hanging on in your house?
It's hanging on this wall.
Is that the one
Here.
with the Batman movie posters?
Perpendicular to that.
Gotcha.
Ooh, I got to use the word perpendicular in the actual.
All those years of math, and all we took away from it was the word
Geometry.
perpendicular. You're an analyst. You use the math all the time. It's fine.
Yeah, that's true.
Jaimee, how you doing?
I am great. Thank you for having me back on this podcast. I love being here. I love you guys. I was gonna say like solving the arguments, but I mean I'm pretty sure I just add more conflict. So don't really solve anything. But thanks for having me back. I'm really excited about this idea. Otherwise, yeah, I'm doing pretty well. Got a new apartment in Atlanta, which I feel like I also did that last time I was here. So like, every time I'm on, I just get a new house. So great. But yeah, doing well.
So you're in a different room than you were last time? I don't pay good enough attention.
Yeah, well, it has the same like blank background.
Okay.
Yeah. No, just moved into a bigger place. That's all. Especially like with working from home, and you kind of don't want to live out of a bedroom. You gotta get a real place. So yeah, that's been good.
Well, we are so glad to have you, and Chris and I, Scouts Honor, promise to be the utmost polite hosts that we can be. We will not neglect any opinions here, and we're so glad. We are so glad to have you here to add a third opinion, because as we all know, things that are bipartisan are bad. You gotta have a third leg in there somewhere to make things work. That's my political diatribe for the day. I'm anti-bipartisan, but so I don't know if Chris, would you like to give maybe a detailed breakdown of how it's going to happen? Are you ready to jump in?
All right, yes. So it will be a tournament of the 16 picks 16 characters that I thought were seeded 16 through first. Characters of Avatar: Last Airbender, but each character can only have one design. So before we get into the actual tournament, we're going to discuss which design of each individual character is the best, and that will represent them in the tournament. Now, before we actually get to that discussion, I want to mention a couple honorable mentions that did not get into the bracket. First of all, there's June. I really like her design, but yeah, she just couldn't make it, unfortunately. That's
actually already sad. Like, I really like June's design, so
I do.
Wow.
I do too. I love her design.
But do you get to count the Shirshu or not? Because if you don't get to count that, then I don't think you do, and I think that makes her design less interesting. So I think that was a good, honorable mention.
That long black hair,
that goes over the face, goes over one eye, the lip.
It's awesome. Honorable mention for sure.
That's worthy honorable. Absolutely, no discredit.
Then Jet. Jet I think so. Jet's design isn't a good looking one, but it says a lot about the character. Character design is more than just how fancy things look. It's like, can you tell a good story with their design?
Yeah,
I feel like Jet says a lot about them.
I agree. And I can't believe he didn't even make this list. Who is in this bracket?
Okay, it's worth noting that Chris and I have both seen this. Chris made the decisions, and we are happy to let him make those decisions. I think, for what it's worth, there's nothing that I would change, Jaimee. I think when you see the full list, you will agree. But it's a stacked list.
I was honestly like, man, I was sad at one point because at first I thought, oh, I could probably only gather like 12 characters, and I was going through. I'm like, wow, I gotta take out this person. I gotta take out this person.
The design across the board is great, so it's really hard to pick. And the way I'm gonna cite it is that the number 16 seed happens to be one of my personal favorite designs, and that's a demonstration of how stacked the field is. But Jaimee hasn't seen it yet, so she seems baffled at our decision making. That's why.
And,
also, I seeded them just by like the number of designs they had, and so the last one only has like one design.
Yeah, it's the only tangible way to like go about it. Yeah.
Another honorable mention, I would say Zhao. His design changes over time, but we're not talking much about him, honestly.
Yeah, I actually think he's boring and probably would forget what he looks like, so he does not make the tournament.
He just looks like an a-hole. That's all. It's done.
Yeah, that's true.
Now there's Avatar Korok. His one design when he's talking to Aang and he's wearing like that polar bear dog hat, that was just cool.
It is.
That's pretty much the only. This is one that I'm really sad didn't make. It was Boomy, King Boomy.
Oh, really? Okay.
That was as close as I had to. I won't even call it a complaint, but like he would have been my play-in game. Absolutely, that was the. I agree.
Yeah, especially because the thing is, King Boomy has like vastly different design. Like when he's a king, he's wearing that getup. It's like very Liberace like. It's like all purple and feathers and big and stuff. And I love how he wears jewelry. And then I love when he's wearing his White Lotus outfit. Like he just put on the cape, and then it was just
that was sweet.
I think we could have stretched it out to 32. I think there would have been a fall. I think there would have been a drop off there at some point, and then also, I for my job I host all day meetings sometime, and I can say that after about 2 hours talking about the same thing gets pretty old.
I almost did a play-in round, but I was like, you know what? I'll just cut it off somewhere.
I fully support the ultimate choices you had on there.
I spent the first hour just crying about the ones that didn't actually make it in the tournament.
That shows how attached you are. I like that. That's feeling. That's heart.
How much dedication I have to this. I want all the characters to be in it.
Yeah, I've just been, I don't know. I'm not good at doing tournaments where, I hate tournaments where it's not divisible by 4.
It has to be divisible by 4. The play-in games in the NCAA tournament are the worst idea in history. There are always 4 play-in teams, 4, what do you call them, at-large play-in teams that I'm like, you don't deserve to be here. Get out of here. Sorry, another diatribe. I'm all over the place today.
Sports reference I don't get. Let's move on. Next, honorable.
A couple last ones. Yang Chen. I just love that she was like half bald. That's pretty much the most first. And then Long Fei and Long Shot. Just put the longs together.
Okay. Yeah.
Long Fei is pretty boring, honestly, but I like Long Shots.
It's
simple, but
I think it's worth noting that out of the avatars that you only chose one of the previous avatar, or 2, excuse me. 2? Yeah.
Yes.
And it's 2 that actually like play a more prominent role in this series, so I think that was a fair way to attack that too, because you could have included every avatar we know about, but you picked the 2 that were most regularly prevalent in the series. So okay, in that case, any last words before we go to this preliminary design selection round, if you will?
If Zuko ends up winning, it's not just because I love him, but I'm gonna try to be unbiased.
You will be pleased. You will not be disappointed. You will not be sad. let's get to the first design. I put these in no particular order because I didn't want to give anything away yet. So this first set just kind of thrown out there. So we got Sokka, number 1 here.
It's not ranked number 1. It's just the first design.
Sorry, good point. First design being presented. I mean, I like KYOSHI Warrior Sokka a lot. That's pretty cool, Sokka. But when I thought about this in advance, I'm not going to go through this mental process for every character. We'll be here forever. But I was trying to think about, like, I know you're not supposed to judge people based on how they look, but like what informs the character, what's most useful to informing the character.
I mean, you can do both, right? Character design is, to me, it's both worlds. It's how they look and how it informs character. But go ahead. Sorry.
No, I think 310. I'm looking here at 310, the wolf hat, the Kuruk thing going on there. I'm a big fan of that one.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Like, I'm tempted with these characters to pick the character designs that like we're most familiar with, just because in like a head-to-head tournament for like simply character design, I think like my go-to is like, oh, like let's pick the one that everyone knows. But if we have the opportunity to branch out, which as you guys have set up, we do. Yeah, I like his warrior getup. That feels like Sokka.
And it's
I want to mention real quick. A lot of these images are provided, got off of DeviantArt by Dress Up Avatar. So check that person out, because there's a couple different pictures that you can tell it's all the same person doing it, like this one, like a couple of other ones.
Chris, if you remember, I'll bug you to send me that link later. We'll hook that person up in our descriptions. I think that'll be cool.
Okay. Yeah. I totally agree with you guys. There's the only other one that I thought about choosing over 310, in 310 is what he wears with the wolf. It's his battle gear, right? He wears it in Day of Black Sun. He also wears it. Does he wear it? No, he doesn't wear the wolf head in the finale.
I don't think he does he?
No, I don't think he does. He wears the rest of it, but he just doesn't wear the wolf head. But,
does he wear? Yeah, what does he wear for Siege of the North? I think he wears like a battle getup like that.
That sounds right. My memory for detail is not that good, but that sounds accurate to me.
Nah, he kind of just wears a coat. Then he gets like he pretty much wears what he wears in the first start of the book. Yeah. And he gets like one little face marking. But face marking, it reminds me, he never goes back to wearing his face marking that he wore in like episode 2, right? When he's ready to go fight Zuko. I love that.
Which, that's cool, but I'm not into the juggalo look, so no juggalos here? No? Okay, that's fine.
But it's actually more, I think, reminiscent of actual Native American influence. Because I've seen, pictures of like that in there. And then, so it would be really cool if they just combine those two looks. But yeah, 310 look, the warrior wolf helmet on there is definitely, I think, Sokka's best look.
To our point, to Jaimee's point as well, like it's a nice combination of like in his regular wardrobe. It's not it's not a one-off, it's informative, but we get the benefit of not just picking plain old everyday Sokka. I think that's pretty cool. So, all right, I'm gonna go to the next one. Azula.
This is actually hard for me. I really don't know. Like Azula's regular kind of armor, I think it's really cool. But then also she has her beach episode, like the second one where
there ain't no way I'm voting on a beach episode.
We can't even bring up that episode when Shawn's out. That character can be voted off.
I'm just kidding. It's just a joke. I mean, it's not what I'm voting for, but if I had to pick from the beach, I'd go the beach one on the right with the longer dress.
Yes,
thing.
That's what I mean. Yeah, the dress, cool. The more beach dressy one. Yeah.
I will hand it to you. That would be in my top couple. I will give you that.
Yeah, I would say I like either her regular getup with her armor or her royal robes. But I might be saving those for another character. So,
just curious, when you talk about the armor and the royal robes, are you talking about the book 3, the one right under book 3, and then the one right next to that? That's kind of where I'm at, and like I said, I could probably agree to Beach Azula just because she's very pretty. It's very detailed, different design, but
her hair's like up and then also down at the bottom.
Yeah, I like the down better. I'm a down hair person in general.
I feel like it doesn't look like Azula to me.
That's not the one
that's valid. If I had to choose, I would go with the regular armor, like book 3 Azula.
Right underneath book 3. That would probably be my first pick, or tied at first, I guess. Any discontent with that, or last arguments? Okay, book 3.
All right, book 3 Azula goes on.
She's attractive and purposeful in that outfit. Good for her. Good for her.
Lots of utility there.
All right, now we're on to Zuko, who I think does. I don't want to ruin anything, but he does have one of the most looks
a plethora of designs.
Yeah. He had a dramatic design change, which is awesome, multiple times.
Which, you know what, I'm kind of partial to the book 1 Zuko, where he's all armored up and he's wearing a helmet.
So like the third one on the top there.
Maybe I'm impartial because I have this action figure here of it. It's just, I like the helmet. Helmet's pretty cool.
It is cool, but not about that hair. I guess the helmet it, but I know it's there.
I like the hair because the hair, you know, the Fire Nation has this thing with hair, right? It's like, and we've read that in Rise of Kyoshi, that like when you lose like a battle, like your hair is a sign. Like getting your hair cut or anything is a sign of that. Which is Zuko lost in that Agni Kai to his dad, and so the hair is sort of a representation of his banishment.
Mm-hmm.
I get why people don't like it. It's a very aggressive hairstyle.
I'm struggling.
Struggling?
To pick one here.
Really, like the last row, the first one in the last row, I like it because he's in his royal garb, but he's got the Zuko hair that we've come to love. He's a good guy now.
That you've come to love.
That I've come to love.
Chris, then, I think I'm sorry, Jaimee, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, and also the one like immediately to the right of that as well, where he has his hair up and he has the royal crown thing. Yeah. I'm
leaning towards modern hair Zuko personally, just because it represents the Zuko that I hate less. Which I can't help it.
We're all entitled to our opinions.
True. Well, this is tough because we're talking about good and bad character design, so I'm trying to remove hatred from it. I would say that if I had to pick hair up Zuko, I would pick the one on the bottom row that Jaimee mentioned. It's not sort of the iconic hair that he usually has. He's got like a fuller head of it there, it looks like. But I just like the royal garb, and yet it's still armored. I kind of like that one. If I had to pick one of the old school Zukos, I would definitely pick the one in the armor with the helmet. That is my favorite one.
So, it's kind of weird.
I'd be okay with that.
It's actually missing some of his looks. His just regular, the look he had in Agni Kai, the look
just run of the mill.
And book 3 isn't in here. But you know what I'm talking about, Jaimee? Like pretty much what he wears all the time in book 3.
In book 3, yeah. I mean,
when he joins Team Avatar.
Very, very well. I mean, I love that look. But I have to concede on this one because we are going for actual character design, and I think that book 1 Zuko is very iconic, and because of that, like the ponytail is a big thing. Like, you remember this character design very well, and because of that, I will concede and take a book 1 Zuko.
Okay. Ooh, wow. A book 1. What's your preference on book 1 Zuko? Just curious.
Just the regular. Or
yeah, I like the middle one because you can see the ponytail, but whichever one.
Yeah, the middle one with the red vest.
Yeah.
Well, there's the one where that's his Agni Kai one. He usually wears in book 1. He usually wears the number 3 one, but with no helmet.
See, that would be great in my opinion. Would be the one with the helmet, but without the helmet. I mean, I like the helmet, but I want to see the ponytail. But it would be that because we see him like that in the show, don't we?
Yeah, all the time.
He doesn't have a helmet that often. Really.
Can we pick that one? Can we pick one off the chart?
Yes, we can. I don't know why it's missing it, honestly. no shame to that person who made
Jaimee,
this
how do you
thing.
feel about action figure Zuko? Can we refer
Which
to it as
is the
that?
book one Zuko that he.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
It's great.
I'm great with that. That and also gives us an excuse to play with the toy. That's pretty fun.
Yeah. Every time now it will just be.
You have to because we don't have a picture. It's the only reference we have.
I'm good with that as well. I should like that.
Jaimee, last opportunity to dissent.
No, that's good. That's good.
He should be the toughest. He's got he's like 100 designs there, and it still wasn't all of them.
Yeah, still missing some.
I mean, he's got a great sense of style. Just he changes it up. I love it.
It doesn't hurt that he's ripped.
It does not hurt.
It doesn't hurt.
Oh, also, I wanted to say I think Zuko alone look is underrated. I won't say it's the best, but I like it because it's so indicative of the character he is at the point. He has like short hair. There's nothing flashy about it or anything. He's like a bum.
Yeah, it's like the opposite of royalty, which is kind of like the thing there.
Very character informative in that time.
Yeah, wouldn't make my best list, but it's still really good design.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we can all agree banana hammock Aang. Is that the one we're going with? No, I'm just kidding.
I've been watching a lot of Scrubs lately.
I have a hard time. I mean, I could pick a favorite here, but it's just hard to pick in my head anything except for normal Aang.
I kind of agree. I think he has a really awesome design as it is. So, yeah, I agree with that. The only other one that I would maybe choose is the very last one because he's in full air nomad.
That is pretty cool stuff.
That was the only thing. But I'm not picky about this one, really.
I'm the same. I go either way there.
I think my pick would be the last one. It's just so regal, and it's like the quintessential air nomad look.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the Sokka thing. It's not his most regular, but we all seem to like that it's still informative to character, very attractive, very detailed.
Maybe I think my issue with his like regular look is it's too kiddish. Like it looks like that's the look that people get in when they're training to be something.
I've never liked his kind of dicky thing that he wears. Like it doesn't seem to have much purpose, but at least in the last one, it's like a robe. So if you had to pick the coolest one, so not the one that we're going to use, but the coolest, I mean, obviously it has to be the Spirit Monster or 219, right?
Yeah.
Those are
those are both.
Oh gosh, yeah. Like if these are like character, you know how if you ever play video games and you can change character skins, 219 would probably be the one that I use.
Absolutely.
Walk around looking like that.
Yeah.
When we play Super Smash Brothers, if I use Donkey Kong, I prefer the black Donkey Kong with the purple tie, and that's an awfully close analog to that. But as it stands, it sounds like 321 is okay.
Yes.
The very last. No, it's better than okay. It's great.
Whoa. Oh, okay. I was like, how does Mai have all of these, but it's also typed?
Yeah. Sorry, I got a twofer here. Let's start with Mai.
I don't.
May. Sorry, I said Mai again. I'm already doing it.
OZAI and I forget what the
Lake Laogay. Yeah.
Yeah, Lake Laogay.
You're right. Okay.
May is interesting because I don't really care for her original design. I'm not sure which. I don't care.
So which informs character and all, I suppose.
It does. It's like she's so covered up, which is great because she can conceal all her different weapons and everything.
I suppose I like 301. That kind of suits your description. Still there. It's not her regular, but it's still pretty cool.
Yeah. I think I might go with 301.
I like her regular look. This is an unpopular opinion, apparently. I think it looks really cool. I think it looked really different than anyone that we had seen until that point, and it fits her vibe so well. Also, we had to cut June out of this, so like someone's got to represent the goth look.
The goth.
Here.
The goth look.
Okay,
Well,
I think
know
that's
what?
a valid argument.
But I mean, 301's fine, I guess. When does she even wear that? Is that like her?
It's
like,
just in 301 where Zuko is. She walks up to Zuko
Oh.
and she says, "It's chilly out here." And then Zuko's like,
Put on
"I
this
want my
coat.
honor back. What my dad had said to me." And she's like, "I just asked you how the weather was. I didn't ask you your life story."
Swing and a miss, Zuko. Swing and a miss. No, I think Jaimee raises a good point. I'm willing to say I can go with either one there.
Default May.
Default May. First one.
Yeah.
See, Jaimee, this is why we need you here. Otherwise, we would have had beach evening May. What a ridiculous. Oh, I'm sorry. We got to do Tylee.
Yes. You know what? I'm deaf. I don't really like her. I mean, it's okay. Look, it's fine.
I don't like her regular
default
one
look.
either. I don't either. It looks like a circus outfit, but not even a great one.
Yeah. I like her bathing suit from the beach episode. Wait, is that from the beach episode?
It's very different.
That's not her beach episode. What is that?
The bathing suit one is the beach episode, isn't it?
Okay.
Yeah, she has the beach day and then the beach evening.
Gotcha.
I like those two that are next
Shawn,
to each other.
Shawn, I feel like I'm back at Payless again. Talk about like evening shoes and stuff.
Evening beach and daytime beach. Those were two categories that we never sold enough of. I like the two 305s right next to each other. Happy to go either way. I think they're both detailed and just unique enough.
Jaimee, if you don't know, me and Shawn, we have experience in fashion.
I know
international fashion at that.
I know you can tell just by looking at me.
It's the quarantine, guys. Like, what is even fashion anymore? Do we know? I don't.
One of these weeks, I'm gonna shave and comb my hair and everything. It's gonna be great.
I just realized I missed an opportunity today. I was like, man, I could have grew a fro out this whole 3 months.
Would that be the first time since college that we would have had a Chris fro?
Yeah. My wife wouldn't have liked it.
I just should get over it. It's fine.
Yeah. So I think my favorite look is probably beach evening Tylee. But
right,
honestly, I'm cool with.
So let's go with that.
There's a part of me that wants swimsuit Tylee, but then the other part of me just feels dirty for even suggesting it. So this is wrong. But I really am okay with either one. I don't really want to be the swing vote on that. I like them both.
I don't know. Like, this one's hard because I don't like when I think of her. I honestly think of the white swimsuit look, but I don't know that really like encaptures Tylee as a character. Does that even matter in this tournament? I don't know.
Let's let Jaimee decide this one.
Yeah,
I can go either way.
The last one. Let's go the evening because you guys both voted for that.
You know what? She did get waist swung the other way on the last one for her. So let's take this one and do the evening Tylee.
Okay.
This one, in my opinion, is one of the most fun ones.
Yeah.
Top rocks, a lot of different rocks. Anyway,
Heyo.
A lot of different looks, like really well. It's weird because like even her basic look is really good, but I wouldn't say it's her best to me.
I know.
Nearly enough.
I know we can't pick 209 or 320, but just looking at him makes me laugh.
No, I really want to pick 214 because I just love how she has so much hair that we don't see.
Personally, I really like 309. I don't like her. I don't like her regular look, but I see like why. Like I get the design of why she would look like that. But I think 309 is my favorite of her looks, if that makes sense.
I feel like I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Yeah.
Heyo. Sorry.
I actually like her Fire Nation look that she rocks all through book 3.
The book 3 or 309, I like both. I kind of like 214 or 209, the one that Chris mentioned in between there, the dress up look also, but it's tough because she wears the same thing like 99.99% of the time, and none of us like that thing.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
I also like 310 because the helmet is clearly made for like an earthbending man, and so it sits over her head, but
like a
she's blind, and so she
comical
doesn't have to
cute kid
see
thing.
anyway.
Yeah,
I don't know
I
where to
don't
go.
know. Ooh, I'm not sure about this one. I feel like I don't know. I'm tempted to maybe just be like, well, we should just default to her regular look because I don't think that anything
Like if
else
we
is
can't pick.
Yeah.
I would have to agree that book 3 or 309 would be my favorite, but just the idea of having her in Fire Nation garb in a tournament's kind of strange, but maybe that's not important to us. I don't know.
Whatever's the best.
This is all you, Chris.
Oh, you don't want me to decide. Honestly, if I had to decide, I would go with 214 hair all out if it was up to me.
You know what? Hey, let's do one. Let's have a wacky one in there. Go with that one.
I guess. You know what? I mean, I'm okay with that because I'm gonna be honest. I never thought Toph had the best design. I think she's awesome. I think she's really cool. Character design is not my favorite, but
I'm gonna make one pitch for default Toph, and that is that it is kind of bland and not very exciting, but that's, kind of behind the idea that she's blind and appearance isn't a big deal to her. So that's gonna be my pitch for default Toph. Otherwise, I don't care, and we can let Chris pick whatever one he wants.
No, I'm all right. I'm so tempted to. I'm gonna go with 310 because it's her default look. Just added a couple different things. I think it's cool that her eyes are not shown.
It's kind of
She's
funny.
wearing a huge freaking helmet.
Yeah,
also,
that's fair.
Let's do it. Let's go crazy. 310.
310.
All right.
That was a tough one. Sorry, Toph.
No, that's a tough one.
That's the point of Toph. Is her appearance isn't a big part of the thing,
Yeah. Whew. Oh boy. This one.
303.
Oh boy.
303 all the way. No, I love it. I don't think that's gonna be our pick necessarily, but I love it. It's great.
This one is really hard for me. This is really hard. I love Katara's character design. Let me first say that, like, as a child or even like forever, her character has stuck with me. In the look, it's so iconic. Like, even if you haven't seen Avatar, I feel like you've seen this character. That's kind of how I feel about Zuko too. I feel like people would recognize where it's from.
Like, it's really well done, but unassuming.
Yeah. I think I'm just gonna have to go with her book 1 garb, just her regular book 1. It's so iconic, and I love her hairstyle, and that's what I'm gonna go with. Stick to the original. I really like her.
So for me, I like her 310 to 321, mostly because she has like the water sacks right by her, and I don't know, it's always she looks like she's the most prepared to fight in that situation. I do like 303 though, but she doesn't have hair loopies. I feel like she has to have.
I feel like she has to have the hair loopies. Like, you cannot enter Katara in a character design tournament without hair loopies.
I agree entirely, but we can all still appreciate just how cool that was.
Yeah, true.
Yes. So yeah, I think I'm fine with going with her book 1 look. No coat, just the regular
just the regular book 1.
Top middle.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stick with that vote too, and agree with that selection. But I will give a note to I love hair down Katara as well in that 310, 321, and the Fire Nation garb. But I agree that book 1 is the right thing to do.
I like her
a lot, but yeah.
You said loincloth? Sorry. I like her 202 look, which I thought that's why you're saying loincloth.
No.
What did you say? I thought she said loincloth.
I did not say that.
What did you say?
I don't even know.
Coin toss.
Coin toss?
I have no idea. Book 1. That's what.
Yeah, book 1. Top middle, iconic, lovely Katara. Great choice. Getting into the less option heavy things here.
For me, Iroh, I'm just gonna go White Lotus Iroh. It just looks so freaking regal.
It's too
And
cool to pass up.
yeah,
I
like
love
everything.
this look. Yeah.
And that's real Iroh too. I know it's not majority of time Iroh, but that's real Iroh.
Mhm.
This
Yeah, that was easy.
I forget his name. Can you remind me?
Yun Ra.
Thank you.
So he's a dark horse in this. He's the guy who killed Katara's mother, but I absolutely love his first look. I think because it's so
It's scary.
Like it's real black. It's scary. It's menacing. Like he has gauntlet things on the arms and on the spiky things on the feet. To me, it's one of the more scarier Fire Nation outfits, which is interesting because it's supposed to be, right. Like this is Katara's mother's killer. Like he's the scariest thing in her mind.
He could have come right out of the Batman animated series with that look.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, but definitely not his second look of just beaten down old man.
Jaimee, you okay with far left Yun Ra?
Yeah, looks great.
Excellent.
Rocking it.
Oh yeah, we have. So fun fact here: Avatar Roku, along with Avatar Korra, is the only character shown to wear clothing from all four nations.
Wow, nice.
I mean, I'm not sure he'll go this far in this turn, but I'm gonna go with his Earth look because one thing, the dude's built. Like,
yeah, look at that man.
You don't usually see how built he is.
It's like a 10-pack hiding in there.
Yeah.
Wait, does he have? I feel like it shows like he has like. Oh, never mind. I'm just looking at that wrong. I thought it was showing he had 3 abs going across.
It does. It looks like he's got an odd number in there. That's messed up. When I said I didn't like bipartisan, like I didn't mean abs. I meant political parties. I would go with, it's not up here. I would pick just Spirit Avatar Roku look. But if I'm picking from what's here, I'm definitely going Earth garb just because he is ripped.
Yeah. It's pretty much just, I mean, you can pick from wherever, but it's pretty much his Fire Nation look, just with gray hair, just him older. He didn't really change anything. After that, he got one look, and then he stuck to it for 60 more years.
For eternity.
Yeah.
I am like very like, I'm very about the whole Fire Nation look. I pretty much like their whole costume, their whole garb, any character. Like you put like Katara Toph in the Fire Nation garb, I think it looks awesome. Like I love Roku's Fire Nation garb. I think so. I've just come to the realization just right now that I just really like the
nice.
look of Fire. So that's the one that I like, but I don't care that much. Let's go Earth.
I'm gonna make one more pitch for Spirit version of Roku just because he is our like introduction to guiding Avatar Spirit. Still got the Fire Nation look, kind of iconic to his character, but I also just like that he's a translucent spirit. But if I haven't won you over, then I'm happy to differ back to Earth Garden.
Actually, I can do a vote for Spirit. That convinced me. Yeah.
Cool.
Spirit, Chris, you okay with Spirit? Begrudging?
Yep.
Or otherwise?
I am completely cool with it.
It makes me care less thinking when I'm trying to think ahead. Like, is he going to go that far anyway? Nah, whatever.
Princess Yue, I think without a doubt it's the moon.
Yeah,
Moon Spirit look.
That thing is sweet.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Like, can you imagine rolling into the prom and something like that?
Exactly. Look at those sleeves.
Look at the flow. That's
I feel like she looks like a Pokemon character. Like,
yeah, I can get on board with that. But like way more detailed than Pokemon characters, but in a good way.
Yeah, true.
In a good way.
But like, she's the trainer of the legendary.
She is the gym leader at the ethereal.
She's the Elite Four.
Absolutely.
No, yeah.
Oh, and
so I like the eagle-looking white Pokemon that shoots like snow.
Lugia?
Yeah.
Lugia, yeah.
Yeah. 120, no question. I have We'll talk about it when we get to her match. That's fine.
Fire Lord OZAI. So it's pretty much just between Phoenix King and his regular Fire Lord look. Or I guess you could. There's also him shirtless that I didn't grab.
Like younger OZAI, or you got
Just when he's fighting.
flashback OZAI and shirtless OZAI. I like Phoenix King OZAI, so I'm not too bothered by it regardless.
Phoenix King, yeah. If we're gonna choose one of these, like, we gotta go big, you know.
Yeah, that helmet is filthy. It's amazing. All right, Phoenix King. Chris, I don't even know if you got a vote out.
I'm good. I like Phoenix King as well.
And then last but not least, another twofer. Not a whole lot of choice here, and that's fine. Ta-da!
Yeah.
So the next slide, I have the bracket and the seatings. Again, as Chris mentioned, was kind of by number of character designs available. How else are you going to seat them? So 1 through 16, here's the big reveal. This is Selection Sunday. # sports metaphor. You guys ready? This is big.
Okay.
I better read it. I'm actually going to read it out for the audio-only audience, if you guys don't mind. 116 is ZUKO Combustion Man. 89 is Ty Lee and Suki. 413 is Sokka and OZAI. 512 is Azula and Yue. 215 is AANG KYOSHI. 710 is Mei Iroh. 314 is Katara Yan Ra.
Holy crap, that's...
And 611 is TOPH. Did I put RUKO? Did I type in
Roku?
RUKO?
I
RUKO.
No,
it's
not
sorry.
your fault.
You can ignore that.
When I sent it to you, I always misspell Roku. Without fault.
I always think of the TV thing, Roku, and then I have to be like, well, is that the name of the character also? Okay, Roku. My fault.
Wow. These are some tough. I mean, there are going to be some really knockdown, drag out ones, I think, in here. Oof.
There's one that makes me sadder than all the other ones, but it's fine. So I just went in order, so it'll go exactly top to bottom as we go here, one at a time. Okay. Best out of 3 votes wins.
Yep.
Yeah. So we're talking. So ZUKO and Combustion Man. So this ZUKO here.
This action figure ZUKO specifically.
Yeah. Season 1 ZUKO most of the time versus Combustion Man. Combustion Man has the metal arm and the metal leg, which says so much about the character.
I love what his character says for him, but I also like origins, or I like sort of purpose, and we never really get to hear why or how Combustion Man has those things or where his powers and stuff comes from. So he also kind of makes me mad in that sense. So easy pick for me for ZUKO.
I think the thing about ZUKO, like, his garb is awesome, yes, but we cannot ignore that scar is iconic. Everyone knows what that scar is. Everyone knows who that character is, and I don't if I had to like think about Combustion Man, I would say I like remember his little thing in his forehead.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure that like there's enough there to like character design wise. Like when I think of ZUKO, I think of a lot, but obviously that there's a difference in how much we see him. But that scar, man, that's gonna pull ZUKO a long way for me.
That's a really good point, because his scar has honestly, I think, been copied a little bit, especially in My Hero, even though the creator says, I never saw this avatar before. Sure.
I love Todoroki, but
love
his look first.
Yeah, exactly. Come on, know your place, Todoroki.
I just want to say, in terms of strict appearance and how he looks, is I do really like Combustion Man looks scary. You see that guy, you're like, that's a bad guy right there. That's a bad guy.
Yeah, you immediately know.
But yeah, I don't think there's anything there for.
I'm voting for ZUKO. Yeah, ZUKO's the number 1 seed for a reason.
Yeah, absolutely. Is there any individual component of anyone's outfit that's more iconic than ZUKO's scar?
I know that's tough to beat, man. That really is.
This is a great one.
Maybe it's not. I don't know. No, this is a good one, because you know how many times a lot of people not get these two confused, but like group them together because of their design. I feel like that actually really happens a lot.
Did we have Suki? Did we have
Oh
pictures
no,
of
we
Suki
have.
that I just forgot? Did I forget to
Must
put
just
it in
forgot.
there?
We have not gone over Suki yet.
Did I forget to
which
put a
is so
picture
good.
in there? I'm
Yes.
sorry.
We did.
No,
Oh
it's
my
okay.
God.
So Suki has about 6 different looks. She has. Actually, I could just show you. Let's see if this works here. I'm gonna fall.
Close.
I knew we were forgetting somebody.
Yeah. Okay. So she has a regular KYOSHI warrior garb, and then I think her second best is her Fire Nation look.
Agree.
I would veer towards Fire Nation look because we already have KYOSHI in KYOSHI garb by necessity.
I love her Fire Nation look. I think it suits her really well.
So do I.
Can we do long skirt Fire Nation look? Is that the one you're looking at?
Yeah, long skirt. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I was gonna say about like with the we didn't really talk about KYOSHI, but I mean KYOSHI's awesome character design. But I was gonna say because we do have Suki, like if we could like one or the other to represent.
Gotta shake that up a little bit. And then Tylee, we went with beach evening gown.
Yes, beach evening. So
Tylee.
it's a fight of the Fire Nation looks here. But
I think Suki wins this one.
Me too. Yeah.
I know it doesn't matter at this point. I'll vote for Tylee because I like that outfit and look better. But that's okay.
Fair enough.
Suki.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Yeah, Suki goes forward.
Excellent. I think I went one too far. No, I didn't. Sokka and OZAI.
Oh.
This ain't no competition. Stop it.
I don't know. This is.
Sokka had to kill that wolf in order to wear its head. He just like had a goofy crown that it's a pretty cool crown, but somebody just made him that crown. There's nothing cool there. No, I think Fire Lord OZAI could be any boring Fire Nation politician that puts a crown on his head. Sure, he's got a cool goatee, but that's all I'm gonna give him. I'm going Sokka.
I honestly
Go ahead.
don't know. That crown is really good, and he has like two gold. Like it's all regal. It's all gold. It's tough for me. Honestly, it's man, I'm not sure.
I think Shawn brings up a great point. I thought this was kind of going through my head as well, Shawn, when you said that like he looks like any other like Fire Nation dude. Like he looks like RUKO when he was younger. He looks like Zhao in some ways. Like if you line them all up and just like didn't tell me, like you didn't label them, I might not even be able to tell them apart.
Yeah. I will admit that his helmet is cool and his goatee looks well kept. Good for him.
Yeah. I think Sokka's has a lot more detail. I don't know, maybe it's just because we see so much of that Fire Nation like regal garb. Maybe they just all starts to like blend together, especially because we see ZUKO in it a lot too. So like maybe it's because stacking up everything, that look it just comes out too much. So like maybe it's starting to blur. But I think Sokka's look is really unique and different, and I vote for him.
I just get real great vibes from his.
I'm going with Fire Lord OZAI, Phoenix King.
Right. There you go.
Doesn't matter.
Fair enough. Hey, you got to throw the vote either way. I think that Sokka's his look is so informative to the life that he has led, and I love that. And OZAI just whatever. He just looked like a bad guy. This is the one. This is the one that made me the saddest, or at least that looking at it at a glance that I hated to have to pick.
Yeah.
Yeah. What we just chose Azula's season 3 armor, right? I believe we did. Yeah.
Yes, the sort of royal armor look.
Ooh, man. You know what? I'm going Princess Yue here. Princess Yue might be a dark horse in this tournament, but she looks so freaking elegant and spiritual. She's the freaking moon spirit. And those flowy sleeves.
Azula has so many great designs, but is any one of those designs anywhere close to Yue's? Not for me. I'm picking Yue.
I am also going to go Yue here. I have to agree, Chris. I think like Yue should like if we're just talking about character design, she really could pull out a lot. It's a really great character design. All of her looks are really great. I'm picking Yue.
And it's still informed. She looks so different that it still has some information to her backstory and stuff. It's not just that it's attractive, it's important and it's meaningful. And I think that's wicked cool.
For sure.
Aang.
Wow, Azula, man, that's interesting. Azula got knocked out.
I know, and I felt bad because Azula is such a well-designed character, but that's, you know what, those are the draws.
Yep.
Which Aang did we go with? Did we go with straight up Aang?
No, we went with Finale Aang, where he is all in his regal air nomad garb.
That stuff is cool. I'm picking Aang.
Mm-hmm.
I am without a doubt picking KYOSHI here.
Oh, for real?
KYOSHI. Oh yeah, definitely. Oh gosh, I forget exactly what it's called, and I forget what country it is. Sorry, anybody in Japan or China. The whole facial, face paint type of deal. It looks so freaking striking, and the red paint as well, and the red lipstick, and then the headdress is golden, and how there's meaning behind it all. Especially I feel like I can't really use Rise of KYOSHI.
I was to say, are you counting the books or not? Because we kind of stuck to Avatar only.
It's the same costume. It's just that there's.
But we don't get to hear about the meaning in the show.
We only know about the colors because Suki says like, she doesn't wear it. Never mind.
I'm not going to change my vote, but I am going to say that I like for KYOSHI that they make her look. For somehow, I don't know, because it's animation, it's perspective, but they make her look big. They make her look tall, and even out of context, like even just in her picture by herself, she looks like a sort of physically more imposing, and I really like that. So I'm not changing my vote, but I will throw that nod out just for detail and well doneness.
Yeah.
No
so
pressure,
Jaimee, you're the tiebreaker here, right?
No pressure. Yeah. This is why you're here.
Sure. No, I'm going KYOSHI on this one. Yes. I love KYOSHI's look. I think it's a really awesome character design, and the fact that she uses fans and like the makeup, like it's really cool, and I love the KYOSHI warriors, and sorry Aang.
Tough seating break for Aang. Tough seating break, but that happens.
Yeah, this is the upset, the 215 upset that always happens.
A good 215 always happens somewhere. #sports. Got to fill the sports voids in our lives right now.
Oh, real quick, I was listening to the Scrubs podcast, and Zach Braff is like, his character in Scrubs is not into sports, but he's really not that into sports. And they're talking about like athletes, and he was like, "Well, don't the sports players do this?" And they weren't even talking about sports players. It's like, hey, there's another name for it. Sports players. Donald, sports players. That's what they're called, right? You mean athletes? Whatever.
Sports players. It works for me. And I am one of those. It works for me.
That's how I feel right now, thinking of watching what NASCAR is doing and feeling a lot of pride and stuff for that. And I'm like, but man, now I have to like pay attention to NASCAR, pretend that I like it. I'm still not going to pay, but good job, NASCAR.
Yeah.
I'm not going to try to talk that talk, but good job, NASCAR. We're very proud. May and Iroh. This one was one of the more boring ones at a high level glance.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, what May look did we went with
regular.
Classic. Yeah.
Yeah. Default May, as I described.
Yeah.
Versus White Lotus Iroh. Oh, I'm going White Lotus Iroh all the way here.
I don't think there's a competition. I'm going to go with White Lotus Iroh, but like I said, when I looked at this one, it's like they're kind of both bland-ish, but that's also part of their character. So yeah, White Lotus Iroh for me too, I think.
I will vote May. It doesn't matter, but I like it.
Your vote still matters. I mean, you're wrong, but your vote still matters. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Well, I'm not kidding. Your vote does matter. Katara and Yan Ra.
Ooh.
Ra.
I'm maybe biased here, but I'm going with Yan Ra for the victory here, which sounds sacrilegious that he wins anything over Katara, but
that is kind of a fun matchup landing spot, isn't it?
First he kills my mom, then he beats me in a fashion competition.
Life is cruel. Or is there poetic justice to that? I don't know. Jaimee, you want to go next? You want me to?
I'm voting Katara. We all know this.
Yeah. There's no way I'm voting Katara out of this contest. She's amazing, and everything about her looks is great. So Katara all the way.
Yeah. She's got to make it farther than this.
I'm not letting you go all AANG on this one. I'm voting Katara.
She can't get snuffed by her mother's killer.
That would be.
No, that would be so bad. No, we're not about that here on this podcast.
Or would that have spiked? Would that have spiked viewership? Like, oh, these guys are controversial. They stir the pot.
I don't think that anybody would have ever thought that would be a in the first place. But
who has better fashion, Katara or her mother's killer? Go.
You telling me people don't think about this stuff for fun? What's wrong with you? TOPH and not RUKO. I just spelled it that way again. This was not Chris. I actively had to type that in there. That's totally on me. TOPH and Roku.
We went with the TOPH who wears the helmet, regular default top, but she's wearing a helmet and a little
helmet
thing.
Helmet top.
Versus Spirity Roku. I'm gonna go with TOPH because I just like the helmet. Like it is over her eyes, and that doesn't matter at all. Also, sometimes when she does something cool, like she smiles, and all you see is that smile coming through.
So. Oh yeah,
that's adorable. I'm going to TOPH. I mean, I love Spirity Roku, but we're just running into that Fire Nation thing again, where everybody looks better in Fire Nation stuff, but Fire Nation people and Fire Nation stuff just looks kind of repetitive. So
true. That's a great point.
It's kind of weird, but.
We've come to a great conclusion on that one here in this discussion.
Fire Nation fashion is fickle.
Like, everyone looks great in Fire Nation garb, except for, the Fire Nation
people. Except for action figure Zuko, who we have determined is very attractive.
He's the only one who wears it right.
That's right.
No, I'm going TOPH here because I think this look is really representative of the Earth Kingdom and Earthbenders in more of a way than any other character that we have in this tournament, or just really just in general. Those cuffs, those things are awesome.
They are pretty sick. So I'm going to make a suggestion because I didn't think of this earlier, so my bad. But let's go in a dedicated order. That way we have different people breaking the ties every time. So if I give my vote here, and then Chris, and then Jaimee, and the next one Chris, Jaimee, me, and so on.
Yeah, sure.
Does that sound all right?
Great.
Okay.
Yeah.
The only issue is I can't necessarily remember who is who, but one was.
We're just going in order of you on top, then me in the middle, then Jaimee on that one.
Yeah.
Right. But then we'll alternate one off every time. Yeah.
Yes, my bad. Yeah.
Yeah. 8-9. I don't remember that winner. It was the 9. I don't remember who it was. Let's go back and see it.
Did we write these down? Did anyone write these down?
Totally.
That's what Shawn was doing.
I totally wrote them down. What are you talking about? Definitely.
Shawn, you're the producer on this show. That's what you.
So one time.
Oh boy, it sounds like I need an intern or something.
I should say I have no video making experience whatsoever outside of this podcast, which doesn't count. One time I took notes on the PowerPoint, I used the PowerPoint notes function, but I literally don't have enough screens to be able to use it, and so then I didn't have any notes or anything for that podcast. And if I went back and looked, I could tell you which one it is based on how silent I was. Number 9, Suki versus number 1, ZUKO. And I will go first, and I have no issue picking action figure ZUKO over Suki. No offense, Suki, of course, but I believe it's Fire Nation Suki too, right? The longer Fire Nation.
Yeah.
But action figure ZUKO for me.
Man, you can totally ship these two together right there. No, I'm kidding. I'm not kidding.
They look great together. Hey,
yeah, I'm like, you're not kidding. We talked about, you're not kidding. I see you.
Zuki.
Yeah. Sometimes during the podcast, because I have my tablet out, I see random comments that come up on a YouTube video. And so here's one. Very gross. It's on the video of who did ZUKO marry? It said Azula and ZUKO totally bang. What?
That's no. No.
That's
No.
messed up, kids. You've been watching too much Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Get out of that
Yeah.
mindset and watch a pure show. Here, come on.
Apparently from someone called Microsoft HQ. So straight from Microsoft HQ. That's
Bill Gates himself
Has some thought.
condones the incest relationship. I can't even say that jokingly because we need him to continue being uber generous with his billions and billions and billions of dollars. I can't even.
They're all going directly into this podcast.
I hope so.
You can afford to take notes for you.
Chris, did you pick an official?
I did not, but I'm going with ZUKO.
ZUKO.
Yeah.
Great. Okay. So Chris, go first this time. In between, who did we pick? Did you pick OZAI or Sokka?
We picked Sokka with that one.
Sokka. Yeah, I'll definitely write these down next time. Sokka. Oh, that's fun. Sokka versus Yue.
Ooh.
Oh.
That's fun. That's great.
Lovers Quarrel, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going UA. UA is a dark horse here, definitely. Sokka's look is great, but I need to pick him for the previous round. So yeah, I'm going UA here.
Oh gosh, this is tough. This is very tough. I don't know. I have compelling arguments for both of them. I thought that I was maybe gonna stick with UA and pull this out for her, but I'm switching back. I'm going to Sokka. Sokka's my vote here.
I'm sorry, Jaimee. UA is
Yes.
some point.
Yeah, that's totally fair.
At some point, we will get over the fact, like how minimal appearance and like impact she has. But everything about like that, her appearance in that design, like plays a role and is hyper detailed and beautiful. It's gonna be hard to get her off of the top of my head. I think.
That's fair. That's so fair.
KYOSHI versus White Lotus Iroh. So regular KYOSHI, White Lotus Iroh. Jaimee, you want to kick off?
KYOSHI. That's all.
That's all you can keep.
Lower.
Well, I feel bad I didn't pick KYOSHI last time, so I'm not going to pick her this time either. I'm going to pick White Lotus Iroh just to get a swing vote out of Chris.
Just without that, KYOSHI. KYOSHI, right now, if I'm looking at the tournament, it'll be interesting how KYOSHI pans out in UA, because I love absolutely both of those looks. But yeah, KYOSHI definitely for this win.
Mm-hmm.
It gets a little more exciting every time.
It does. It really does. We're going to be fighting at the end.
I got Katara versus Helmet Toph right here.
Ooh.
And I mean, it's not a question for me. I'm gonna pick Katara. I'm always so impressed with the amount of design and detail that goes into Katara's every move or action, or especially when she's water bending. And I don't know how much we're supposed to consider that, but I'm always smitten with Katara's design.
I'm going Helmet Toph on this one. Yep, that's
swing vote. No, I like it this way. We get all three votes counting here. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go with Katara.
Katara.
Well, I'm not.
Katara. Sorry.
It's okay.
Her look is just awesome. It's so great.
I think we've all heard each other at least once here today, and I think that's how it's supposed to be.
Bye-bye, Helmet Toph.
So then we have we're to the final four here.
Woo!
Oh man, we're going fast.
Yeah. Well, at least the voting portion here. Like we kind of got the big discussion out of the way early.
Yeah.
This is good. We're down to the bare bones here. This is the time. We're in a winner.
So we have ZUKO.
Only taking it out fast.
ZUKO and Yue, and believe Chris is supposed to go first.
Wait, can you just tell me? Can we just solidify what the final four is? I just
sure. So ZUKO and Yue, and then KYOSHI and Helmet Toph. No, sorry, Katara. Sorry, Katara.
So Katara, KYOSHI, Yue, and ZUKO.
Right now we're on Yue and ZUKO, and Chris. I think it's Chris is supposed to start this one.
Yes. Yue and ZUKO. Wow, man. Yue and
he's got to look at the action figure and like.
Yeah, I got to look at it. Me. I'm just gonna compare them.
I remember Jaimee. I remember when Chris got that action figure, and then he also shortly thereafter got the APPA that actually makes the noise. Oh, that
Yeah.
Appa he's a tremendous toy. Teen me
It's
is
a really good
hyper
one.
jealous.
He's had to go down to the floor since
Oh,
then because I gotten more stuff.
But that's okay
But
because he's like kid safe. Like your kids could probably pick him up and play with him and not. So he's a
yeah,
floor material.
yeah.
that's so wild that you have to like tell you have like all these toys in this room and you're like, sorry kids, these aren't for you. These are my toys.
The thing is,
it's filled with nothing but toys and they can't play with them.
weirdly enough, my son, who usually gets into a lot of stuff, he doesn't even try.
You know,
Yeah.
trained him well. These are sacred objects.
All right, so let's see here. UA and
I'm done. I
you
was
can't
just
even see
demonstrating
that.
playing.
Oh, there we go.
I don't.
Oof.
Not. Gosh, this is tough. You know what? I believe, man, the scar and the ponytail is iconic. Honestly, if you just had a look, if you just took out everything, just put the scar. If you just put the scar, people know what it is. Man, I'm gonna go ZUKO. I'm gonna go ZUKO.
Wow. I also have to go with Zuko. His look is great. That book one, iconic.
I'm gonna say that this is to me the hardest decision we've had to make yet, and I'm still gonna pick Zuko. Just feels right.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna say that I think this has been my toughest decision personally.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
how could I justify picking Yue over Zuko?
Yeah.
Toss
I
it,
mean,
toss it.
oh man, just looking at, gosh, I could really change my mind. Not that it matters, but it's really close. But that scar, like Jaimee said before, that scar takes him far.
It's such a big role in the whole show.
Bye.
The scar is such a big
Great
role in the
mark,
entire
Matt.
show. So that brings us to KYOSHI and Katara, and Jaimee has to go first.
I love both of these looks so much. I really do. This is tough, but Katara, my girl, this nothing like I will forever remember like being a teenager watching this for the first time and just she's a character that I think I'll always have in my mind forever. Yeah, Katara.
Same. No offense, KYOSHI. Same deal. Sorry to steal the thunder out of that, Chris.
Yeah, what the heck, Shawn?
I didn't.
All right, maybe I can win you guys over. All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
go
Talk down
ahead.
Katara here. I'm gonna
Sure.
maybe do a little bit of slandering, but Katara's wearing just like some Southern Pole peasant outfit here. The only thing she
I know
Quote
just
Chris.
the thing that'll win him over.
I might do a little bit of slandering here. Katara looks poor. That's all I'm gonna say. That's it.
Katara looks like that.
I mean, the only thing she has going for her is her hair, the hair loopies, and the braid. And you know what? And her hair looks better down anyway.
Oh,
Meanwhile, KYOSHI.
That's true. I can't argue with that. Her hair looks tremendous down, but still, this.
Meanwhile, KYOSHI, 7 foot. She's the tallest avatar that we know of. Has the biggest feet, and it's all, and you can tell that all just from looking at the picture.
You can. They do
And
a tremendous job.
and that, imagine that striking look that KYOSHI has, and she's just about to kill somebody. Her look is a look that strikes fear into the heart of her enemies. And then the headdress, the gold headdress, all of it is symbolic. And the fans, she looks prepared for war, but she also is still very elegant at the same time. To me, KYOSHI deserves this win.
you had that essay
Yep.
prepared, like ready to go. You knew it would come to this.
Katara is the. If I get to make my pitch for Katara now.
Yeah.
Katara's the loopy hair, the flowing outfit, her mannerisms, her actions, her every design fits to her like being a master waterbender, even from a place where appearance may not suggest it. You know, definitely more to it than her appearance. It is just a pretty simple outfit in the end, but it kind of plays to her being an underdog in a way, and it still very much suits the character perfectly to a T. I appreciate Chris's KYOSHI discussion, but I adamantly refuse to change my vote.
Curious question here. if you saw someone cosplaying as Katara, someone cosplaying as Kyoshi, which one would you be more impressed by?
I'd be more impressed by Kiyoshi, because how do you get 7 feet tall? How do you do that? I don't know. I would be amazed at that.
Um,
Sorry, go
yeah,
ahead, Jamie.
I'd be more impressed by Kyoshi. I do think that's true. She's got a fun costume, but I don't necessarily think that it's just the costume that contributes to the character design. So my pitch for Katara is still that you can dress her look up, down. They all get different outfits that change quite a lot. But I think that there's like such like an essence of Katara in that design, like her really big blue eyes. She's like kind of quite like delicate features that kind of like speak to her kindness and her humility. But she's also just really fierce, and all of her outfits kind of reflect that. And kind of like Shawn is saying, it's everything like it looks like water, like the water tribe. Like that is what you think of. She's really like defining for that tribe. I love Kyoshi, I really do, but I don't necessarily think Kyoshi like defines the Earth, like the Earth Nation as much as it does like, or the Earth Kingdom. Sorry, as much as Katara defines the water tribe for me.
Okay, one last thing here. Kyoshi's look is so iconic that dozens of people have worn that look, specifically her look, for 200. Wait, how long ago was the series?
Well,
that look survived
true.
the test of time for 300 years. How long?
300 something.
That's
About
true.
300.
But now that look does not necessarily like belong to Kyoshi specifically. Within even the show, and like our cultural like understanding of that look is also like attributed to like several other times in the show. The Kyoshi warriors, like Suki, like I think you think of that look and you're thinking more of Suki even than you maybe are of Kyoshi. So I feel like, is that fair, like for character design? And it's a great costume. Is it a great like character design?
I have a rebuttal to both of Chris's hardest points. Would be that first of all, if we're going on, you mentioned the cosplay thing, and that got me thinking. I was like, oh, that's a great point. But if we're gonna make that point, then I'm gonna go back and switch my vote to UA, because that would be a hell of a cosplay, and then that would be astounding. And then also the Dai Li look already survived since Kyoshi too, but we don't give them a whole lot of credit. So
well, their look is just kind of basic. Yeah. You know what? Fine. You guys, 2 to 3.
Chris,
there's some favoritism there.
You want a Zutara. You want a Zutara final match here. You know it.
Oh gosh.
And you.
Oh
wait.
gosh, Shawn.
See, I wasn't gonna say anything because I thought it was gonna influence y'all's vote. But I was gonna be like, there is like a 9 out of 10 chance that it's ZUKO and Katara in the finals. There's just a really good chance it's gonna happen.
I changed my vote, but I changed it for Iwe, not for Kyoshi.
I changed mine to UA also. So, why?
I knew it. I was like, if I say this, I almost said it at the beginning, and then
Chris,
I was like,
do you want more angry comments? Is that what you want?
Sure. No, I can't. I don't want to cheapen the process.
I would never, and I would never short Zuko, who is probably the most visibly iconic person in the show.
So it's
I don't know who starts. I think Chris had the swing vote there, which means that Jaimee started. So does that mean I start this one? And yes. Jaimee gets the final say? Is that where we're at?
Oh,
yes.
Boy.
I know that is crazy that Jaimee gets to finish this Zutara. What I really want to happen is that what I really want is for Chris and me to pick opposite people so that Jaimee's vote has to decide it. So it's like I need to figure out what Chris would pick. No, I'm going to try to pick normally.
I don't even know who I'm going to pick.
Give me a minute. Give me a second.
No. I really
I'm picking Zuko. There's no more important thing to the show than just, the design that we picked is an amazing design. Speaks volumes to his character. The way that his character and look changes and adapts over time speaks to his character through the entire series. He has such a transformation physically, mentally. It's hard to get that out of my head. I know we're not really supposed to consider that whole thing, but I'm having trouble breaking out his physical transformation there as well. Such a powerful, imposing look, but we all know that deep down underneath there's a great human. I'm picking Zuko. It's such an important look to the series as a whole.
Gosh, I almost want Jaimee because.
I mean, I could vote.
Yeah, you know, Jaimee, you go ahead and go.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna go with Zuko as well. Yeah. I think I also, like Shawn, I do feel like it's very hard for me to separate the fact that his character changes looks so much. And I think that the ability to have a character that does that in an animated series is just, it's like, I can't even think of another show that does it so drastically. But you think back to that book 1, Zuko, and it reminds you of how far he comes in the end, too.
To stern, rigid
really
action figure Zuko.
Yeah.
Pun intended.
I love Katara. She is iconic, but I think Zuko just has so much more going on in his design. So, Zuko.
Yeah, I was gonna go with Zuko also. I could have just used these Funko Pops here. This here is that same Zuko, but with
Yeah.
Oh, he's got the little fireball. Yeah, nice.
Cute.
Hey, did you get that
And then-
copy or after, Chris, that you've been looking for?
that Legend of Korra one.
Yeah.
No, I keep bugging Hot Topic every 4 days.
It'll happen. Adorable.
This will be the most. This will be the most.
looks that we picked too. I think that's pretty cool. I feel like we
Yeah,
picked
it is,
right.
right?
And I got to be honest, I feel better that we all landed on a unanimous decision at the end.
Oh,
I
wait.
think that feels like closure. At least it feels like closure to me.
This is the most Zutara thing you'll get on this channel, I think. Maybe
Right.
these two in a championship together.
They're fighting each other. They're not together, Chris. They're fighting against one another. Okay, that's important. They're out fashioning.
Out-fashion.
This is
I don't know. This feels very right.
This
feel
is
like
not pro Zutara. You guys stop it. We don't base relationships only on looks here.
No,
That would be shallow.
That's true. We are not. I just feel it's very appropriate. These are two super, super, super recognizable characters, and their designs are just awesome. We did a good job with this.
If you went back to the beginning and you're like, all right, well, Zuko, Katara, and then you'd think just like character importance, well, Aang. But Aang is clearly the weak link of those three in terms of design, so it makes sense kind of to me that these two would wind up at the end, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Before this, I was, thinking that KYOSHI could reign supreme. KYOSHI's my favorite, but I gotta respect the results. So that's fine. We'll live to fight another day.
Chris, just curious then, if KYOSHI beats Katara, are you picking KYOSHI over Zuko?
Wow, yeah, that would have been really tough. Because to me, those are both really iconic. Well, in terms of Avatar, for me, not in terms of popular culture. In terms of popular culture, Zuko has the more iconic look. I don't know. That'd be tough. I'll probably go Zuko still. So hey.
Pure exposure hurts KYOSHI. I mean, we get little of her. There's not a ton of familiarity from within the series itself.
Yeah.
Just one design. We don't ever get to see other. So that kind of hurts her unfairly. But
yeah.
I think someday we'll talk.
I would have maybe if we would have talked more about Rise of KYOSHI and how that look is built upon, like chapter after chapter, and she finally kind of gets to that. Like, I remember I talked about in our to the look, like when they're all prepared to go in and fight whatever big battle that was, and she puts on the paint, she has on all the armor and everything, and then like even Rangi looks up at her, and she's like, "You look terrifying and beautiful," something like that.
Yeah,
that is the.
Hey, that book's right around the corner. What are we talking? 3 weeks, maybe? I'm really excited for that.
I hope so. They keep pushing back the audiobook. But
when we do this same thing for Korra, I would assume we would. I've had a lot of fun doing it, so I'd assume that down the line it'll happen. I think that will be really wild because I think there's like a much wider extreme of character appearances and looks in Korra to choose from. So I think that one's going to be kind of wild.
I wonder. I have not gone back and rewatched Korra. I've actually been waiting for your guys' podcast
Testify.
to get there before I rewatch Korra. But I wonder if it would be interesting to do this before I rewatch it, because I probably won't remember, like, I won't have such like a connection with the characters as I do like with Avatar, which kind of, it's always going to influence decisions. But I wonder if I look like just at character design from Korra, how that would turn out. Only one like that's really like sticking out, that's like pretty much always gonna stick out in my mind, is like Asami. Just looks awesome.
She does.
Yeah.
That'll be really interesting. And we got to get to Korra quick, because in my mind, when the live action Avatar comes out, it's going to be really hard not to do that every week.
Right.
Like, as soon as it comes out. And so it feels like, we got to get through Korra quick.
Right. I mean, I don't know. I think I have some time on that live action.
I do too, which is good, because when the live action comes out, I don't know what Chris's plans are. I don't know why I'm discussing them now, but it feels like we'd like one a week right when it comes out, and that'll be really awesome. But
I mean, I do plan on just skipping work that day and watching it twice.
If the world's not in a pandemic at that time and I take off work, can we just have like an all day watch party? Yeah. I'll bring the ice cream.
Maybe. That'll be fun.
Yeah. Excellent.
Probably have a fourth kid by then. No, I'm kidding.
I'll have like 2 more houses. Like
2 more. I'll have had like 2 more jobs, so we'll all have grown, really. That's a terrible thing to say. But that's all in the future. But I do look forward to doing this exact same exercise for both of those properties, because it was great here, and I think live action designs will be even more.
I look forward to
that.
That'll be amazing. I do think they'll make some changes there.
And then the Korra story seems to have just a massive array of looks and appearances. So I think that one will be pretty crazy too when the time comes. But in the meantime, the undisputed champion by unanimous vote of 3-0 is ZUKO. You handsome bastard! Congratulations, ZUKO. He's not listening, but we can applaud him. That's fine.
Congratulations, Dante Bosco.
Yeah, I was gonna say. We'll tell Dante.
That's part of it. Yeah, the
voice. Yeah, it's part of it.
We actually discussed a filler episode, maybe talking about voice actors sometime. So we could probably give him some more props for doing his tremendous work.
Yes, but like with that whole episode would just be all these voice actors are great, but like they're not Dante Bosco.
I don't even know if we were thinking about ranking. We were just going to go through because I've had a lot of Chris knows voice actors, and Jaimee, you probably know them better than I do. But every time Chris like teaches me a voice actor, and I get really wrapped up and like, oh my god, that's my whole childhood.
Oh yeah.
Every time it pops up. That's really all I have for this episode. I'd say keep it short, but we're like 1:20, so we did our due diligence. Good work. Thank you very much for joining us, Jaimee. Obviously, you were integral to this process going down the right way. And as always, we really appreciate having you. So
Thank you.
We look forward to manufacturing an excuse to have you back on soon.
Anytime.
Yeah. Chris, final thoughts, final words? Still disappointed, I presume.
No, I'm good. ZUKO character design's great. It's fine. KYOSHI and UA. I was surprised with UA going so far.
She deserved it though.
That's a cosplay I want to see. If anybody's willing to give that a shot, that's what I want to see. Or KYOSHI. I would love to see a 7-foot tall, like just on stilts, wearing Shaq shoes, walking around a con. I think that'd be amazing. But
that would be pretty wild. I'm already 6 feet tall, so like trying to imagine like another.
Wait, you're taller than me and Chris? Oh man.
I'm 6 feet tall.
Oh,
Guess
man.
what?
I am 6 foot. No, I'm kidding. I'm not.
You're so full of it, is what you are. I'm 5'10" in my dress shoes. It's not cool, but hey, that's all I got. Thanks for joining us today, viewers as well. Tell us who we forgot, who we should have included, who we picked the wrong design for. Any of you Pipsqueak fans out there, we're really sorry. That's an overdone joke anyway. But thanks for watching. Come check us out on social media at last_podcasters on Twitter and Instagram. And the Facebook page is facebook.com/lastpodcasters, I think. They're in the description, so check down there. We'll also have a link to the DeviantArt artist that provided the majority of those designs that we looked at. We'll put that in the description as well. So thank you for listening to Avatar: The Last Podcasters. This has been Who Has the Best Character Design. I'm Shawn. That's Chris. Farther down there, that's Jaimee. We will talk to you next time. See you later.